Today we're going to tell you exactly why you shouldn't move to Medellin.
If.
That's kind of a shocking intro, right? We love Medellin. Now we're going to tell people don't come here. Why?
Because there's a lot of reasons why people that are a certain demographic or like certain things or do certain things shouldn't move down here because they probably wouldn't have a good time. And I've seen it over the last 13 years of people that come down here going home bitter or they just don't like the city for some reason. Let's get into that.
Number one is what?
If you want to live on $500 a month.
This was very attainable, maybe what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
But now, unless you live in the outskirts of the city, you might find an apartment.
Yeah.
Or if you share your room with someone, then you might be able to squeeze it in Poblado. Even then, probably not.
Yeah.
But the days of living for $500 a month, total monthly expenses, $500, impossible, right?
Yeah.
Even $1,000, very much stretching it.
Yeah.
Poblado, Laureles, you're probably not going to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, the only people that are able to do this, I think, are people that come down here, are backpackers and volunteer at a hostel. They don't have to pay room and board and basically, buying some groceries to eat and maybe singing on the corner or
playing the guitar.
Silking off a tree on the corner somewhere.
Selling aguacates in the morning in Laureles, maybe.
So it's very hard.
Yeah.
For $500 a month, you're better off going to a place that is a lot less costly to live.
International. You might have to live under some coconut trees in Thailand or something.
Yeah.
But it's not happening here.
Yeah.
And I see videos on $500 a month, and yes, it's possible, but for our audience, let's just flat out say it, for our audience who we make videos for, you guys are probably not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You might have to live in an area that's very far away from anything, an area which is more dangerous, right?
Yeah, more dangerous or just more rural, really. You're not going to have the comforts of living in a nice apartment with amenities.
With a nice internet that doesn't drop
it's
out.
It's going to be tough.
Co-works and restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
No chance. So
yeah.
That's,
if you're making $500 a month, maybe, stay in your parents' house or whatever until you are able to make more money per month. My question to you would be, what would be the minimum that you would recommend someone have to live in Medellin?
Okay. If someone got on a call with me and said, hey, AK, I want to come there. I want to live a great life. I don't want to be holding back and budgeting, but I want to have all the comforts and increase my quality of living,
right?
Which is what we want to give you guys. We don't want you to live a nice life in LA, come here and live a shitty life. You want to improve all the time. So to live a great life, I would recommend a minimum of $1,500 all in.
Yeah.
Do you think that's pretty doable?
I think that's a good budget. $1,500 could cover your rent, all your living expenses, plus
activities,
entertainment, and you could be pretty darn comfortable.
You could be pretty comfortable.
Yeah, and if you optimize even more, maybe by getting a roommate or something, you could maybe even save money at that point.
I'm not a mathematician, but 1,500 is a lot bigger than 500.
That's true.
If you're enjoying this video, hit that like button because that's going to help YouTube send this video to more people just like you. And that brings us to number 2 on the people that probably are not going to enjoy Medellin. And that is what, Andrew?
For non-paid quick hookups. Emphasis on the non-paid part.
Okay.
If you are someone that's trying to come down here because you think that women are going to fall to their feet at you, if that's not happening in your home country already or very close to it, it's not going to happen here.
No, you don't magically get better looking by crossing borders.
Yeah, just because you speak English does put you some points above whatever you are in the United States. If you're a 5 in the U.S. and you speak English and you look, like a gringo, that'll put you up a couple points, but you're still a 6 or a 7. So
I mean, also the fact that you have dollars might put you up a couple
the dollars,
points but that could also be a negative thing, which we're going to actually discuss.
But that's why I said if you want non-paid hookups, don't come down here because Colombia doesn't have a huge hookup culture. They're more conservative, especially when it comes to dating. So hooking up with someone upon meeting them, let's say off of a dating app or just meeting them out at the bars or whatever, it's less likely than in the United States or any other countries where that is more common.
And also it's dangerous. Just the other day, I was reading this article from a Colombian newspaper, and they said that so far, we're in not even the end of November, but in 2023, 35 foreigners have lost their lives in Medellin. And that's risen from about 25 or 26 in the year of 2022. But I didn't just read the headline, I read the whole article, and the whole article said that there was 2 major causes of these deaths, and everything fell into these categories. The minor one, the one of there's a few of these happening, was people getting robbed, and then they resisting.
Oh, resisting.
They didn't give the stuff away. They're trying to fight and stuff, and then
they get shot.
They
or
got
whatever.
shot. Yeah.
Ooh.
But that was a minority. The majority of the people getting into trouble were guys found in apartment building spas, guys who had been seen on the security camera bringing like 2 or 3 girls home, guys who have been texting, on Tinder and inviting girls over, and all these type of things. It all comes back to the quick sex.
Yeah, the quick hookup. Yeah.
The quick hookup.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that. Like,
So
we've
I
all
guess-
done it back in our countries, but it's just the fact that these gangs, they know that the guys are coming here just for this, and they've tailored their whole operation around that.
Yeah, so quick warning, guys, if you're coming down here, prostitution is legal. A lot of the girls will pose as real girls, and they won't be upfront about the fact that they are pros. So you might be thinking like, wow, this girl's really into me, but she's on the clock. She's working you. If you are not aware of that and you think, wow, women really love foreigners out here, and oh, she wants to bring a friend over? Oh, and they want to come over to my house and have a drink?
Yeah.
First of all, don't ever do that. Second of all, if that's not happening in your country because you're an amazingly looking guy and have great personality, then it's not going to happen naturally here.
Sometimes the people need to be realistic, right?
Yeah, you just have to be realistic.
Yeah, so the main point we're trying to make here is Colombia is not a place that you come and go willy-nilly trying to meet every girl, because yes, I'm sure many of you in the comments will have something to say about this. Yes, I came there, I just met a girl in the bar, slept with her first, second, she was supermodel, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is, this is not my opinion, this is not your opinion, this is just the stats. The main type of person that gets in trouble and gets killed and loses their life here is the one who chases girls without any type of education or any type of kind of caution, right?
Yeah, without knowing what the consequences could be. So I hope this serves as a warning to everybody that wants to come down here thinking that women are going to fall at your feet. When you start getting those messages of like, hey, hola, bebé, let's have some drinks at your house. I'll bring my friend. Know that this is not a natural occurrence.
So if that's you and that's the type of holiday you're looking for, this might not be the place for you. With that said, let's move to the next one, Andrew, and that is the person that might not enjoy Medellin is the one that needs maximum speed and efficiency in everything in their life.
If you want things done extremely fast and efficient, like maybe in your home country, don't expect that here.
No.
One thing you're going to learn from coming to Colombia as a whole, and Medellin in particular, is how to be patient.
Absolutely.
If you're not patient, you are going to lose your mind, and you're going to be one of those people that you see on all the Facebook groups complaining about, man, they don't know how to make a hamburger here. Like, bro, we're in Colombia. I can't believe they don't have real Mexican food. All these Mexicans out here. Bro, we're Colombia.
Why does that make up like 90% of the comments?
The people that just literally hang out at one place with all the expats and that don't even speak English, or sorry,
don't even speak Spanish. Don't even try. You are not going to enjoy it.
Yeah, if you're this type of person that just wants quick and efficient things to happen, and even like high quality, you can pay at a high-end hotel or restaurant and get shit service and shit efficiency. So don't expect you paying more money, meaning that you're going to get better customer service.
No.
It's just means that you're paying more money.
Yeah.
Here, usually you're paying for the location and venue. If you're going to a restaurant in Provenza, you're paying more money because they're paying more rent. So they're going to be charging you more, and they're obviously their furnishing and amenities and everything that they have is more expensive.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that that translates to better quality customer service.
No way. So things here are slow, things are inefficient, things are frustrating, but it's up to you to understand that, hey, I'm getting so many positives in this country, so I just have to accept a few of those things. And if you don't want to accept it, you don't have to do it as well. We hire our PAs.
Yeah.
We pay local PAs to do a lot of this legwork for us, so we don't have to get frustrated. And they've grown up with this stuff, so they don't really care.
Yeah, they know how it is. And
They know how it is.
They know it better than we do. So, for example, even though I've been here 13 years and I speak Spanish fluently, almost with the native accent, I can mimic it. I still don't call the internet company when I need to call them or switch.
Yeah, why would you waste your time?
One of my Airbnbs needs a new air conditioning put in or whatever. I'm not going to be calling them. I have my assistant do that because for me, it's a waste of time. And at the same time, I don't want to test my patience all day, every day. So I let them do it. It works out well for me.
Yeah. So if that's the type of person you are, maybe you don't have enough money to outsource all these type of legwork, and you're also extremely frustrated because you can't get a hamburger made like they make it in Dallas, Texas, then maybe this is not the place for you either. So that brings us to the next point on our list, and that is that Medellin, well, most of Medellin anyway, is not really a quiet and relaxing place, right, Andy?
Yeah, there's a lot of hustle and bustle, as you would say. The fact is that it's a densely populated city, especially in many of the small neighborhoods. So you might get a deal on a great apartment somewhere. Once you move in, you realize, like, what the hell did I do? I'm near a major street, and there's noise every single day,
like my apartment.
24/7. Even here, where I live on near Calle 10. Calle 10 is always busy. I'm always going to hear something. So if you are not a fan of noise, if you're not a fan of some sort of chaos or diversity in your life and you want to relax, then the city is not for you. Maybe somewhere in the countryside or one of the smaller adjacent cities or pueblos.
And this is a big one for mainly retirees. Retirees might see a few photos of Medellin and be like, oh, beautiful nature, green this, green that. I'm going to go there and relax and sit in my rocking chair. No, definitely not Laureles and definitely not Poblado. Maybe if you get up into the hills in Envigado, you might find that. But that's why it's so important to also like research each specific neighborhood before you get here.
Yeah, and you could find pockets. I mean, both Laureles and Poblado are huge. So there are pockets where you can find a nice high rise where it is quiet. But you're going to be paying for that. You're not going to be paying the same price that you would be paying for in Envigado or Sabaneta.
But it's not like a whole tranquil rainforest area. My girlfriend was telling this very funny story of this show that she watched, I think 10 years ago, before anyone really knew what Colombia was about. And she said this TV show cut to a scene and showed Bogota, and it was like this hut in jungle.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, that's one thing that I used to tell backpackers back in 2010 when I first got here, and they would be wearing, sandals and shorts and having big backpacks because a lot of them think, Colombia, tropical country. I'm coming in, dressed for, to live in a hut.
So if you don't like the hustle and bustle, you don't like a lot of movement, a lot of people everywhere, you either have to, one, consider somewhere else, or two, find these little pockets in Medellin which will suit a more relaxed lifestyle.
Right.
If you're enjoying this video and you're considering moving to Medellin long term, then check the link in the description. We have an amazing moving to Medellin guide for you, and it's completely free. So the next type of person that might not enjoy Medellin as a city to live in is the introvert, the one that's not so social. Can you tell us a bit about that, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, Colombia as a whole, and Colombian people, and I think Latin American people as a whole as well, are more social. Meaning that, dancing is incorporated into the culture. Family gatherings are very, very common. It's a very social society where you're doing things with people. If you're getting on public transportation, it's normal to be touching someone your whole ride, you know? Whereas in the United States, you have your personal boundaries and your space. Here, there is no personal boundaries in space.
And here it's like at any time, someone might just talk to you. Especially if you're a foreigner, they're very curious, right? As well.
Oh, yeah.
Today, just from my place to Laureles to where you live in Poblado, I was in an Uber, and the guy literally talked to me the whole time because he was like, I told him I'm from Australia, and he's like, okay, pregunta, una más pregunta. And he's just asking questions, which I enjoyed because I like talking to people. But if you're a person who's a bit of an introvert and gets taxed by social interaction, then this also might not be the place for you, because every time you see someone is a social interaction. There's no like walking past someone and just ignoring. Here, every time you see someone, it's like, buenos dias, hasta luego, like see you next time, how you going, blah, blah, blah. It's everything is built around a society of interactions with each other rather than just like staying within yourself. So now you've seen why you shouldn't move to Medellin. If you want to see the top 5 reasons of why you should move to Medellin, then click this video here and check that out.